this is a December full moon. Um, Cancer, the cold moon, and it should happen around December 30th, if I'm correct. Um, anyway, so there's 4 questions for you, Taurus, and we'll get right into them, alright? They're kind of emotional, so, try to get perspective on your emotions. So, what is your current emotional state? It's your energy, actually, in reverse. Um, so, rebellion, new approaches, extreme interference, especially towards religion, gullibility, repeated errors, inability to cope with different philosophies. So there might be kind of a religious drift there, but I feel like it's kind of because, like, it's your ideals. It's going from this to this, and it's kind of like, I don't think so. Um, with me, I kind of explain my feelings on God, that God's real because the universe was made from God, and then Jesus is kind of a spiritual entity. But again, I could be wrong. But I feel him. Like you feel God when you go outside. Um, don't say that. That's the sun in the chat because I already know. Anyway, so we have number 2. How can I develop into a sense of security? Let's see. The 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is imprisonment, entrapment, self-victimizing, a skeleton in the closet, a industryness, which is, indubitably, has to do with business, feel. A depression or discontentment, an accident possibly fatal. So you might be kind of going through some stuff. You might also be kind of going through some trauma of your own, which could be a problem. My incense keeps trying to hit the camera lens, so it's trying to heal you. I find it awfully funny. But let's see. It could also be that you had a near-death experience at a place where you thought was safe, or like in a mind frame that you thought you were safe with. But things altered, I guess, or something happened that kind of made you feel like, a little shooketh. But I feel like you're going to be okay. I just feel like it could be your sense of security is a little off at the moment. So we have, what can your vulnerability teach you? We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is sacrifice release. This is a card of change, not yet fully realized or recognized. The lull before the storm, so there's a little bit of wait. A question between heaven and earth, a regression or discontent of the spiritual thing. Sometimes decision to sacrifice one's goals or family for other improvements. So it's, I think I kind of get it now. So you're kind of going through something called, you're questioning God. Like, I would question karma better, because, like, karma's from your last life. Anything that you did in your last life, you're actually living the karma of that life. So if you didn't complete a cycle to do what your purpose was in life, you kind of go through a cycle that continues. It's like a trauma could make you go through the cycle, a hurt can make you go through the cycle, or a good day can make you go through a cycle that continues, and then you're like, wait, I'm kind of living Groundhog's Day again. I need to go back in and kind of fix this, maybe have something happen that's not really negative or positive, that's more of like in the middle, so that I can find a way to heal from the hurt, or a like an illusion. It kind of feels like an illusion. So I'm going to name that. For most of you, it's not an illusion. For more of you, it's like kind of an ironic coincidence. But yeah, it's kind of like it doesn't make sense of why it keeps happening, or the cycle that it continues. So that could be something that you're dealing with right now. So that's kind of why you go through a cycle. Because you're not really addressing the issue. You're not doing self-work or spiritual work, or probably shadow work. So you're probably going through a lot of cycles, and you're kind of like, I don't want to go through cycles anymore, and I always feel bad, down. I always feel let down. I think I expect too much of people, whatever the case. But you kind of have to set your expectations on the first day and not the last day, you know what I mean? Like, you can have things, I mean, it's fine, but you have to also have goals. Like, you have to be like, alright, I'm going out with this person because I want this ending, and I'm gonna let them know that. It's not like, oh, everybody's on the same page. Nobody's on the same page, believe me. Everybody's on page, 454, because they want to get to that point, but they're still on page 1. They haven't read through to that page. So it's something to think about. Anyway, where is your sensitivity heightened in this cycle? We have the Tower. The Tower is sudden upheaval, broken pride, disaster, rapid change, failure of events to go as expected, beliefs that don't live up to your expectations, anything unforeseen with negative implications, good friends turn bad, loss of money, security or love going bad, setbacks, disasters, insanity, disruption, the end of grace. So I feel like it might be a little too late to turn things around and work on yourself, but I feel like it might put you in that need to work on yourself and actually go through healing cycles instead of traumatic cycles, or cycles where you haven't healed yet. Nobody's really going to take the time to heal another person. Even the best saints don't really like stand there and help you heal. I mean, you have to do that for yourself. Because you know what you can and can't stand, and how your endurance level works. So you're going to have to do healing work and go through all your demons, all your skeletons in the closet, all the bad things you've done. And you have to actually consciously look at stuff you've done as bad things. You can't take anybody's word for it, like, oh, whatever. You have to look at it like, I hurt a lot of people. Like, I'm an asshole and I need to do this, this, and this. You can't just assume that it's just going to go away, because it's not going to go away, because God is a little bit sadistic, and he always brings up like the worst part of you. So if you're a saint, the worst part of you is that you didn't give enough to the poor. If you're a sinner, the worst thing you ever done, well, it could have been last weekend. But it's different for many people. But God's sadistic, and he will bring up the worst part of you so you can work on that and heal from that. So it's like, is he sadistic, or is he kind of like that dad that kind of says, you broke a window, you have to go over to the Joneses and kind of work off that debt. You kind of have to look at God that way. Anyway, Taurus, I hope this gave you some advice, something to think about, and I hope you heal from it. You actually do have to look at everything that you've done with a magnifying glass and find out where the worst parts and where the cycle continues, so then you can fix it. Alright? So, If you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for my next video, I'll leave them in the comment section below. And you can't really give me suggestions for the full moons, but I can do guided readings with like my unicorn cards or my angel cards to find out where exactly like the symbols are and stuff like that, the implications. So I can do that. Anyway, thank you, Taurus, for watching, and I hope this helps you out in some way. Maybe give you some guidance towards what you need to work on, something like that. But, you know, full moons, they always want to fill the need instead of, you know, working on it. If you really want to work on it, wait until a new moon and then start working on it, and then you'll feel a lot of gains. That's really all the advice I can give you. And then by the next full moon, you'll feel more accomplished. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, alright? Bye now.